Welcome to the Quiet Exit podcast, where UK business owners find clarity, confidence, and calm as they think about stepping back. No noise, no pressure, just the next chapter done right.
Hello and welcome to the Quiet Exit podcast. I'm Stephen McConaughey. If you've landed here today, chances are you've built something real. A business that's more than just profit, it's part of who you are. Something you've grown, nurtured, protected, and maybe, just maybe, you've started wondering what life might look like if you stepped away. Not urgently, not dramatically, just honestly. But then the question creeps in, what if I regret it? Not regret the outcome, regret the decision itself, and the identity shift that might follow. That's where we're gently exploring today. Regret not as failure, but as unspoken grief that can be softened with the right preparation. So I invite you, no matter where you are in your journey, to pause with me. Because clarity doesn't always come from answers. Sometimes it comes from better questions. And today's question is a tender one. Let's sit with it together. Let's begin with a quiet truth. Most people talk about selling as a financial event, a transaction, a negotiation, a strategy, but rarely do they talk about loss. Not loss of income, loss of meaning. You've spent years, maybe even decades, defining yourself through the lens of your business. Your calendar revolves around it. Your team relies on you. Your role in the world is shaped by it. So when the idea of exiting appears, there's a part of you, quietly, that wonders, what happens to me? Not the business, me. Who am I when I'm no longer the owner? It's a whisper of fear, not loud but persistent. It shows up in casual jokes. I don't know what to do with myself, honestly. It hides in questions about timing. Maybe I should wait a few more years. And sometimes it's right there on the surface. One owner told me, I've built this thing my whole adult life. What if I walk away and I hate it? That's not fear of selling, that's fear of emptiness. And here's the gentle truth. You're not scared of the deal, you're scared of the silence that follows. The space, the unstructured time, the identity that no longer fits. This isn't a red flag, it's a sign you care. You've poured yourself into something for years. Of course stepping back feels like a risk, but it's not the exit that causes regret. It's exiting without clarity, without understanding what you need, what you'll miss, and what you want to carry forward. So let's name it, calmly, carefully. Regret is not weakness, it's unprocessed meaning. And today we start to process it. As a direct buyer, I've seen both sides of this story. The financial side, of course, but more importantly, the emotional side. And I can tell you there's a pattern. When someone sells because they're burned out, they often second guess it later. But when someone sells from a place of emotional readiness, even if they're nervous, they rarely regret it. That's why we build something into every quiet exit we structure. A decompression buffer. It's a 3 to 6 month period where the seller gradually transitions out. They don't vanish, they decompress. Maybe they mentor the new leadership team. Maybe they attend key handovers. Maybe they just get space to see the business thrive without their daily presence. This isn't a technical step, it's a human one. Because the deal may be done on paper, but the emotional letting go takes longer. And regret, real regret, often stems from one thing: rushing the goodbye. So if you're listening and thinking, Am I even ready to sell? That's a great question. Ask yourself this instead. If I sold tomorrow, what would I need emotionally to feel complete? Is it time? Support? A new project? A sabbatical? Don't dismiss those needs as indulgent. They're essential. Because this isn't just an exit, it's a shift in identity, and that deserves care. Let me tell you about Sandra. Sandra ran a successful B2B consultancy in the Southwest. Well respected, loyal team, excellent client retention. But underneath the smooth operation, Sandra was quietly tired. Not overwhelmed, just wondering what came next. She said, "This business is great, but I don't want it to define me forever." So we began a quiet conversation. No pressure, no deal talk, just exploring that sentence. Over the next 6 months, she used our post-exit identity map. She took short breaks, she journaled, she spoke to her family, and she realised something powerful. She didn't fear letting go, she feared having nothing meaningful to move toward. That shift changed everything. She designed her next chapter before finalising the deal. Mentoring women in business, starting a local community arts programme, spending Fridays entirely offline. And when the time came, she exited with confidence, not just a contract. 6 months later, she told me, "I thought I'd mourn it, but it feels like I made space for the next part of me." I want to offer you something simple to reflect on this week. A quiet tool we call the Anchor and Horizon Map. On one side, list what this business gives you today. Structure, purpose, recognition, belonging. On the other, list ways you could experience those same feelings without being the owner. For example, if your business gives you mentorship opportunities, could you advise startups, guest lecture, write? If it gives you stimulation, could you build something new? Start a passion project? It's not about replacing the business, it's about honoring what you need, so you don't lose yourself in the transition. Take 20 minutes, quiet time, and see what shows up. Regret is a signal, not a sentence. It says before you let go, be sure you've honoured what you need. If today's episode starts something, you're not alone. The Quiet Exit Club is there. Private, free, no pressure. And inside it, the post-exit identity map is waiting for you. It's not a workbook, it's a mirror, to help you see what's true before you act on it. You'll find it at epitomycapital.co.uk/quiet-exit-club. Thank you for spending time here today. Take care of your legacy and take care of yourself too.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of The Quiet Exit. If you're quietly thinking about your next chapter, you're not alone, and you don't have to figure it out publicly. For more resources, private insights, or to learn how we support legacy first exits, visit epitomycapital.co.uk/quiet-exit-club. Until next time, stay clear, stay calm, and keep moving quietly.